Hey guys, so let's talk about what an executive assistant actually does. First and foremost, their primary job is to make you look good. So it is their job to anticipate issues before they become full-blown problems. So they're taking a look at your calendar, they're taking a look at the schedule, they're taking a look at your to-dos and the team's action items and saying, oh, hey, wait a minute. We're supposed to have this video done by Thursday and nobody's even started on it yet and the team's already maxed. So first and foremost, it's kind of their job to I explain it like a quarterback, right? It's their job to know what all the other team members are doing and where everything's going and make sure that no balls get dropped. The second thing that an executive assistant does is while they can't read minds, the really good ones have a knack for anticipating needs of their employers. So things get done a lot faster because you don't have to ask for things because you already have it. So let me give you an example. My executive assistant, Tanette, I told her that I was looking to do some research on some specific YouTube keywords. And she actually went into Ahrefs and did some research for me and then sent me a spreadsheet and said, here, Michelle, here are the top 10 keywords that you should be thinking about. So I didn't even have to do that research. It saved me like 2 or 3 times. I didn't ask her to do that. She just went through and automatically knew, okay, great. I need to do some research. Some other things are I will, upload these videos and she'll just go right in and grab them out of Vimeo. She will transcribe them, put the border on it, put all the things on the bottom, upload it to YouTube and put all the links and everything in. So all that I have to do is just record this video and then she literally does everything else. The other thing too is, she'll email me and she'll say, hey, Michelle, you have XYZ upcoming, or that it's this holiday upcoming. Don't forget the rest of the team's going to have off. So she's constantly giving me things without me even asking because I haven't even thought that far ahead. And she just is really good at anticipating my needs. So the third thing that an executive assistant does is they're going to take a look at your calendar so that it doesn't become a cluttered mess. They know that in order for you to be optimum, you need not only your appointments, you need prepped before those appointments, you need to debrief after those appointments, but then you also need time blocks so that the things that you are responsible for, you actually get done as opposed to just going into meeting after meeting after meeting. And so they're almost like a gatekeeper where they're guarding your time and they will not allow you to do things that are going to take up your time that aren't useful for the business. So that kind of brings me up to my next point, which is a really good executive assistant is going to help you grow your business by freeing up your time. So what do I mean by that? Well, not only are they going to do the, admin tasks, they're going to take notes for you in meetings, they're going to keep track of all the action items in that meeting and the to-dos, send a follow-up email out after the appointment with all of the agreed upon, okay, this is the action item, this is when the action item is due, this is who it's assigned to, then keep track of all of that in your project management system so that you can literally just go, you're prepped for the meeting, you're in the meeting, you get out of the meeting, you don't have to worry about any of it. It's all taken care of. But in addition to that, a lot of times Tanette lets me know what the rest of the team is doing too. So it's her job to supervise all the other team members and make sure that their to-dos are getting done. Now that doesn't mean that she's their manager, but what it does mean is that any action items that they're assigned, she's checking in with them and saying, hey, how's this video going? Hey, do you have this presentation done? Hey, this is coming up on Thursday. Just wanted to remind you, where are you at? And then she's communicating with you to let you know, hey, this is where everybody's at in the process. And if, for some reason you need to step in and say, oh, hey, wait, I need you to prioritize your items a little bit differently. Your executive assistant isn't really going to do that for you. You're going to have to do that, but you know that you have to have the conversation with XYZ employee because they're working on X when they should be working on Y, right? So, and that's where, if everybody's on the same track, everything runs really smoothly. And so she's not only the quarterback, she or he is not only the quarterback, but also communicating with you so that you know exactly what's going on without it taking your time. So they're going to be able to do a lot of other admin type tasks, right? But the biggest thing is that it should free up your brain space. You should be able to walk into a meeting and already have your materials and presentations ready. If you have to go to a conference, they're going to book the conference, book the hotel, book the Uber or the car rental, whatever it is. Reservations for dinners with key executives that are going to be there. Whatever those things are, they're going to anticipate that, have that all planned out for you, and give you your agenda. One of the things that Tanette does for me that's really nice is a lot of times she'll send me an email and say, hey, Michelle, this is what your day looks like. Now, that was back in the past. I don't have that as much today, but it was really helpful because I knew as soon as I woke up in the morning, I had an email in my inbox and said, hey, Michelle, this is what you need to pay attention to today. And so, boom, I was spot on track with, okay, this is what I have to do. And then lastly, a lot of times she would handle requests from clients that I never even saw. Somebody would email in and, ask about something and she knew the answer. And so she would just email them back and give them the information that they needed rather than bugging me about it. So that was super, super awesome and saved a lot of my time. And it allowed me to do what I was best at. So the next point is a good executive assistant is going to complete your weaknesses. And we don't like talking about this, right? Because we're entrepreneurs and we can wear all the hats and we can do all the things. And that's just not the case. Tanette is the exact opposite of me, probably. And we work really, really good together because she is really strong in the areas that I am really weak. And I'm strong in the areas that she's maybe weak at. So let me give you an example. I am not good at attention to detail. I am a very high D, let's go get it done type of a thing. If there is 15 cents missing in the bookkeeping, I would rather give you the 15 cents than find the 15 cents. But for Tanette, it's like a puzzle. Right? She wants to find the needle in the haystack. That's fun for her. She loves organizing. She loves keeping things on track. And so those are the things that I'm not good at. I'm good at big vision level stuff and I want to get it going and I don't want to necessarily have to follow up with it. She's really good at following up to make sure that my ideas actually come to fruition. And so while we don't like talking about what our weaknesses are, the honest to God truth is if you can find an executive assistant who complements your weaknesses, you're going to be that much stronger and that much more successful. And that is going to be what's going to take you to the next level. In addition to that, you also want to make sure that this person is a good match for your culture and for you personally. Part of their job as an executive assistant is to know you inside and out. They know your business. They know the business. They know your family. They know when Johnny has soccer practice. It's their job to know your life inside and out. So if you don't like this person, it's not going to work out really well. They need to be a cultural match. So the next question that I get a lot of times is, Michelle, how do you have an executive assistant that's remote? Well, for me personally, I don't need somebody in the office. And a lot of things, COVID changed a lot of things, right? We're used to people working from home, and actually we've become more productive at home than if we were in the office because we don't have the water cooler talk, we don't have the office politics, we don't have this, that, and the other thing that's distracting us, right? And so we're able to focus on what we need to do and get it done. So there is literally nothing that Tanette can't do from her house that I need. And so I would challenge you to start thinking of an executive assistant as a remote employee, because it really makes a lot of sense. An executive assistant doesn't have to be physically present to do their job. You don't have to worry about geographical restrictions, right? So this allows you to access top talent from all over the world. And in addition to that, because we're able to look all over the world, we can actually get an executive assistant for considerably lower cost if we hire overseas versus if we hired in the United States. So the next question is, where do we go to hire? Personally, I take a look at the Philippines. And the reason that I go to the Philippines is because they have a very good command of the English language. I absolutely love their work ethic. It's built right into their culture. The Filipino peso to US dollar conversion rate is very favorable for us. So we can pay them a very high wage, but it only costs us about 30 or 40% of what it would cost if we hired somebody in the United States. And they know us culturally, right? They understand the American culture. And so that helps a lot. And personally, I use online jobs as my hiring board. So think of it as like Career Builder or Monster in the United States. It's kind of the same thing. And if you look in this video, actually the very first link will be a link to online jobs. And yes, it is an affiliate link. But I've been doing this for 16 years, and that is my go-to place for all of the employees that I hire. And so I would suggest that you go ahead and take a look at that and see if you can implement this in your business. It's not going to be near as expensive as you think. You can get a really good online executive assistant for probably, $400 to $600 a month, working full time, depending on their experience. And so I would encourage you to take a look in there, check it out. As always, please subscribe to our channel, hit the thumbs up if you like this video, put any comments below, and you can always reach me at Michelle@AwesomeOutsourcing. Thanks so much, guys. I will see you in the next video.